My peoples, my peoples. I know you can't see shit. That's what a power outage look like. Check out the power. I mean, I got electricity in my house, but y'all see some lights all the way back there. But look at this. Look at this. Power outage, my peoples. So right now, if you don't got a power plant in your house, you better have a damn candle. My peoples, welcome to Box Center. I'm your host, JSmiff. We're gonna do what we do, man. We're gonna talk boxing. And we kick this thing off. Matter of fact, yo, let me turn I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to turn the light on, man. Just so you guys can see what's going on over here. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. My people, I'm about to switch location. You know, like I told you, I got electricity. I'm about to switch location so we can have more of a visual up in here. For real. Yeah. Okay, I see. JJ's in the building. John Parham in the building. Salute my peoples. Appreciate you dropping in. Superman in the building. Fellas. 8 p.m. Eastern time. Nighttime over here. Um, don't mind if I have a little something to eat. I know you got some of you already handle business. I gotta handle business too, my people. So I'm gonna do that while we talk boxing, right? And by the way, to those who be joining and all that good stuff, yo, that link is gonna be available. For the people who be like, yo, send the link. Send the link. Yo, that link is gonna be available, my peoples. Oh, if you really want that smoke, we ready. Antoine Ward, welcome to Nighttime Boxing, where you won't see shit coming. Especially if you don't know shit about boxing. Antoine Ward, chow down, senior. You know it. Gotta eat. Gotta eat. And then this thing is good too, by the way. So look, we're gonna start off right away with the haymakers. We're gonna get into it, right? Because we're here for the boxing. We're not here for the conspiracies and the goofballery. We're here for the boxing. Um, it's been some back and forth about whether or not Terrence Crawford is the face of boxing. Now, he was like, yo, I agree 100%. Beat the face of boxing. So we're talking who see it that way. But if you don't like the guy, that's different. You find a way to formulate an argument against him. But I want to hear it. I want to hear somebody make a good argument for why Bud is not the face of boxing in their opinion. Mm. By the way, you can put it in the chat. You could get that link and come on live with me and tell me why Terrence Crawford isn't the face of boxing. I need to be convinced. It's gonna be hard to convince me, but let's see who can put up a good argument. Antoine Ward is the Crawford era. It is what it is. But what happens, Antoine, is that all the people who've always tried to put Crawford down, who question or who he beat, or who try to diminish his accomplishments by saying that the opponents are washed or that they were hurt. The people who's been doing that for so long, they have a hard time coping with Terrence Crawford being the face of boxing. Bruce Gas, boxing, jazz, and more. Salute, my brother. Appreciate you dropping in, man. You know what we doing. You know how we do it out here. We talking boxing. And the first topic of conversation tonight, right there. Terrence Crawford, the face of boxing. Some people don't want to accept it. Some people just can't cope with it. Mm. Yo, John Parham, look at this joint, man. Look how this looks. But I digress. There's a whole different conversation right here. So, my peoples, we have to acknowledge that Terrence Crawford accomplished in front of over 40 million people. And you see how he's been moving since. He's the guy. That's it. Watch. Go. And I said it before. Going forward, let's see who you're going to see more of. Canelo or Crawford. Mm. Watch the endorsements or the movie or whatever it is. Are they going to call Crawford to be there or the guy he beat up? Who you saw in Japan the other day wearing Japanese warrior outfits? Was that Canelo? See, if he would have won, that would have been Canelo with the Japanese joint. But it wasn't. Crawford was in Japan with the Japanese warrior samurai joint. See, I'm trying to tell you, bro. Mm, this thing is really good. I think it's crazy that we have this dynamic where almost every time y'all see me, I'm eating and shit. That's a good thing. But my peoples, let me know if anybody feels like Terrence Crawford is not the face of boxing. Make your argument. Let me know how you feel about it. JJ Cendejas. What the hell? You're on the couch with no pants on. Damn, my pants look like I got no pants on. I actually got long pants on. I don't know. I don't know what you looking at, bro. But that ain't me. And I gotta say, right now, Terrence Crawford is already back in the gym after the biggest win of his career and one of the biggest wins in boxing history. He's already back at the gym. He been back at the gym. Been. So obviously, we know retirement is out of the question. Bomac said he thinks maybe 2 or 3 fights. Crawford got left in him. Hmm. We already know Crawford is gonna fight again. The magic question is, who's getting beat up next? Whose title's gonna get got? Who's gonna be made history against? Because that's it. Crawford retiring is out of the question. We know he's gonna fight again. He's back in the gym. Bomac already said 2 to 3 fights. I think he got left. What's he really gonna do next? My personal opinion, taking over 160. Hmm? That's how I feel about it. If I had Butt in front of me, that's what I would ask him. Hmm. One question. That's all I need to know. Who are you trying to fight next? Because you know the main talking point about Terrence Crawford, especially with the haters, is who they want him to fight next. Yo, those of you who were there know that I was calling that fight, Crawford versus Canelo, right? And I still remember when that last bell rang, we already knew Crawford is gonna be announced the winner and everything. There was already people in the comments. He ducked Boots. He's gonna duck Benavides. He gotta fight Usyk. Fight this guy. Fight that guy. I'm like, God damn, bro. Y'all didn't even wait for them to announce him the winner, and you're already looking for the bigger guy that you want him to fight. Isn't it crazy for people to say that he was too small at 168, but then asked him to move up to 175 to fight the bigger guys? Does that, I don't know, does that really make sense? Kind of confusing if you ask me. If you ask me, kind of confusing. Antoine Ward, who's on the menu for Crawford? Honestly, I think it's everybody in the 160 division who got a title. Could get that action. John Parham. Adames, man, I wish it was Carlos Adames. You know, my Dominican brother, wish he could get that opportunity with Crawford. But I don't know. I don't know if that happens. North Star, Booth versus Crawford. Who wins? Nah, I got Crawford winning that fight. Although I don't see it happening, I don't even I don't even mention those two fights together. I don't even mention them together. You know why? Because Terrence Crawford already said that he's not moving down. to 154. Boots is not gonna move up to 160. He just got there. He's trying to accomplish. So when it comes to Terrence Crawford and Jerome Boots Ennis, I don't even entertain it anymore. I don't even entertain it because I know it's not gonna happen already. That ship has sailed, bro. That the time that it could have happened, Bozy and them, they chose not to. They could have went over to BLK Prime and, you know, they have business going on with Showtime. And it makes sense, because if you're doing business with these people and you've been making money with them, and now they're telling you, well, go fight over here. You're rocking with them. So business got in the way of the fight happening, and didn't happen. But the ship has said we're not gonna see Boots versus Crawford, so why even entertain it? We're gonna see Crawford probably versus a 160 pound. That's a a more likely scenario. Hmm? Check it out. Side Bub versus Laura. If he beat Johnny Beck. I mean, I think Crawford disposes of Lara. Probably even stop him. Maybe Lara makes it interesting, but at this point in his career, I don't think Crawford is a good matchup for him. Antoine Ward, you just dropped a gem. Business has got in the way of boxing. Listen, the business of boxing has been getting in the way of the sport of boxing. I would say more and more since the explosion of social media, since the explosion of fighters trying to stay undefeated, of the cherry picking, of the it just keeps happening. The business. Look, think about Boots versus Brian Norman Jr. Two undefeated champions could have unified, but business wise, they just couldn't come to an agreement. And that's a great fight, man. I wanted that fight so badly. I think they might end up meeting at 154, maybe, because Boots is gonna keep moving up. He's not gonna stay at 154. He's not. His career is not gonna play out in that division. But I wanted Jerron Boots Ennis versus Brian Norman Jr. badly. Now, it's like I told you guys though. Terrence Crawford already told us he's not going back down to 154. Boots just got there. He's trying to accomplish, trying to become undisputed. It's not happening. We don't even need to entertain Crawford versus Boots. That ship sailed. Side, how high you think Boots can move up? I think Boots can ultimately end up at 168. I think so. 160, 168. He a big kid. He a big dude. But I don't think he's just gonna jump up a bunch of divisions like Terrence Crawford just did. I think he's gonna be at 154 for a few years, try to collect all the belts, then eventually move to 160, do the same over there, and then to 168. So I think by the time if he does end up going to 168, I think he'll do it by the time he's in his mid 30s, 35, 36. It's not going to be anytime soon. So again, my peoples, it's unanimous, or it should be unanimous. Terrence Crawford is the face. It could never happen, and I'll tell you why. We're in an era where there's a portion of fans who feel like the face of boxing is solely based on popularity. And that's what your question hinges on, his popularity. Because obviously he's never been a champion, he's never accomplished anything, right? I want you to think about who we've considered the face of boxing, right? Floyd Mayweather, Oscar De La Hoya, Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali, Sugar Ray Leonard. If you think about the fighters who've been considered the face of boxing, there's two things that they have in common. Number one, they've been at some point of their career the guy making the most money or one of the guys making the most money in boxing. And number two, they've always been the guy. So the guy, all the names that I mentioned at some point, they were number one pound for pound fighter in the world and they was making the most money in boxing. So you see what I'm trying to tell you, my brother, is that the best fighter and the most money has always gone hand in hand. But now that somebody's able to make the most money without fighting the best, you guys may be thinking that it's possible that, well, he's making the most money, so he's the face of boxing. But no, no, no. That's not the case. Why? Because your popularity is not coming from boxing fans. If that was the case, then we could say that Jake Paul is is bigger than Tank Davis in boxing because he have a bigger following. But most of that following is his YouTuber following. They not boxing fans. Tank Davis got hardcore boxing fans. His fan base, even though he got a lot of stars and celebrities and all that good stuff, but the fan base is just different. Jake Paul dragged his YouTube fan base into boxing. Tank Davis got boxing fans. That's different. So Jake Paul, no matter how popular he is or gets, he'll never be the face of boxing because he'll never accomplish to a point where at a world scale, he'll be seen as the face of boxing. That's the thing that's interesting about that coveted, mythical title. Boxing is a worldwide sport. So everybody can say, no, my guy's the face of boxing. No, my guy, no, my guy. But somebody's true. They had to accept that he was the face of boxing. There was no point. There was no getting around. Accepted on a world scale. That's when you really know that's the face of boxing. Not to only your fan base. It can't be just your fan base saying he the face of boxing. Either. It has to be people who have no stake in it, who are not being biased, who they just acknowledging who they believe is the guy. So forget about Jake Paul being the face of boxing. Mm. Now, Jake Paul did open a lane in boxing that didn't exist. That's very important because he's the first guy who thought of the idea of starting his boxing career, right? Versus a YouTuber, versus a basketball player, versus I don't know who else, versus non boxers, but made them into professional fights that they went into his box rec. So he started accumulating a professional boxing record without actually fighting professional boxers. But he was also training and learning how to box for real. So he took that little YouTuber stuff that he was doing and turned it into a real boxing career. And he's done it successfully. No, he's never gonna be an elite level fighter. No, he's never gonna be the world champion. But he done trolled his way all the way into a fight with Tank Davis. And he's the A side in this fight. In this exhibition show. Look at it right there. That's an MVP promotion. You don't see. I'm almost sure that Tank Davis promotion has nothing to do with this fight because I haven't seen his logo, his nothing anywhere. MAW. In this day and age of boxing, being a niche sport, fighters gotta try to build their own brand. Sports platform only care about already popular fighters. Sadly, that's the reality. That's the reality. But I think what fighters have to focus on the most, if they make money, is being smart about their money. Because too many athletes see millions of dollars and then go broke. Look, Adrian Broner is an example of somebody right now that we're seeing who saw a lot of money, saw a lot of big paychecks. But that's the problem. When you see a lot of money and nobody's there to tell you what to do with it, your ass is cooked. If you ain't never had no money and you see a big check, you get a check for 200,000. Now you get a check for 300,000. Now you get one for half a mil. Now you get 1.2, and you don't got nobody telling you what to do with it. You're blowing through that money, blowing right, and that happens too often. No, there has to be a system in place for fighters to be able to make smart decisions with their money. So once you make millions, you never go broke. Because that's supposed to, you're never supposed to go broke if you see millions. But if you don't know what you're doing with your money, that's what's going to happen. Let me tell you guys something. When somebody who come from the bottom get money like that, because it comes out of nowhere. You're fighting for $10,000, 20,000, and then you have a great fight with somebody. You win some type of fight, and then you get a big payday. All of a sudden, you go from making $15,000 in a fight to making 300,000, 400,000. Boom, and then you win that one, and the one after that one, 800,000. So imagine you got 300,000 for the first time, and 4 months later you got 800,000. You won that one, and now 5 months later you got 1.5 million versus the champion. So it's like you spent this year getting mad money, and you never had it before. So guess what? Most of these guys, when they get that money that they never had before, you already know what it is. We gotta get iced out. We gotta get the few vehicles. We gotta hook up the entourage. All the crazy, and then the one of the craziest things that happen when somebody get money, everybody around them got an idea that they want you to invest in. Yo, I got this idea, man. Invest. I just need 50,000, bro, and we're gonna invest. We're gonna flip that, and I'm gonna give you like 200,000 back. Come on, Von So Lit. What up from Toledo, Ohio? What's the deal, Von? Bam. And let me tell you guys a quick story. I got a friend of mine, bro, that this guy, he won a lawsuit and they gave him a couple mils, right? Yo. Everybody in the block that he knew. Somebody wanted to put a jewelry store. Somebody wanted to put this. Yo, mad money. And this guy, I knew him real good, like from elementary school. We went to elementary school together. And after it was all said and done, a few years later, he ended up losing all his money. And he told me, yo, Jay, all the people that I give money to, 50K, 30K, 100K, nobody came back with nothing, bro. Nobody. Why? Because people figure, yo, this guy's a millionaire. I'm keeping this. And then what happened? He ended up losing all that money. So the point is, fighters, when they get these big checks, they gotta stop blowing it, man. They gotta stop blowing it. They gotta start keeping their money. I'm gonna tell you guys something interesting real quick. I'm gonna tell you guys something interesting. And why this is a big problem with fighters. Not just with fighters, with people who never really have money like that. Right? When when you ain't got it like that and you get a little bit, it's like you want to give people a taste of that too. So in my case, I ain't never been a millionaire. I ain't never had money like that. But at one point in my life, I touched a little bit of paper, and I remember just blowing it. I remember going shopping, and oh, you want that? Grab that. Oh, you take that. Oh, yeah, let's do this. Whatever. Woo. I remember that, and looking back and thinking, wow, that was stupid. How stupid could that be? So I realized, on a smaller scale, obviously, I did some of the things that I see people who got way more money doing. That they get money and they want to hook everybody up. You want to hook up your boy, you want to hook up this, you want to be like, yeah, nigga, I got you, bam. Oh, yeah, your phone messed up, yeah, bam, here. And people hit you up. Because that's another thing. When you got money and people know you got money, you get somebody hitting you up about how they behind on their light bill and they need some help. You got somebody hit you up that they cousin and they uncle sick and they need some medication. Everybody hitting you up. Everybody needs some. So fighters need to learn how to say no to people. Fighters can be when a boxer becomes, successful, they have to have their family, they have to have some people they take care of course. But when you got money, you can't take care of everybody. If you do that, you end up just like Adrian Broner, broke, because you try to take care of everybody. Your green thumb, JSmiff. What's good, bro? What's the deal, my brother? Corey B. When you are poor, you have some of the worst friends. I mean, I think on both sides. I think poor people have horrible friends, but people with money too have horrible, horrible friends on both sides. Because then people with money, the problem is cutthroats. Everybody trying to cut each other throats. Everybody trying to have more money than the next guy. Everybody like, yeah, I got more than you. No, I got more than you. So that'd be crazy over there too. Antoine Ward, fighters need protection. See, that's the thing. Fighters don't have the tool. Because you have to understand, if you come from the hood, you have no financial education. You have no understanding what the taxes is about, no understanding about anything. You ain't never seen money. And then all of a sudden, you getting paid 300,000 for a fight, 500,000, a million for a fight. So you go from not knowing shit about business to you are the business. You are the business, but you don't know shit about it. JJ said that house. All saying I have the best friends that money can buy. Look, money and friendship is something that could be dangerous. Friendships end over money. Yo, people go to all levels. There's stories out there of people that ended up murking each other. Somebody getting their wig pilt over some money. JJ said their house. On the age of 17, best thing money can buy is a pair of gloves and a heavy bag as a gym and a gym membership. MAW. The more money somebody makes, the more leeches come out of the woodworks. That's a fact. When you got nothing, only your two friends stay loyal. People have to understand that before they make it big. That is a fact, bro. Vic, wig pilt. I'm trying to tell you, bro. Not yo. You remember the movie? What's the movie? A Bronx Tale. Yeah, y'all remember A Bronx Tale? At the end, when Sonny got it, like bro, you actually see his wig getting pushed, shifted, bro. It was actually quite brutal. If you didn't see A Bronx Tale, see it. Look, a movie. But damn, man, you feel bad. You feel bad. The way that he got his wig pushed, it was sad. Vic, knock your wig back. R30. What you eating, my G? I was eating a sandwich with all types of ingredients, man. All type of stuff in it. So, my peoples, I will say the fans are split when it comes to this fight. Some are kind of blaming, and I'm amongst those some who are blaming Tank Davis for not fighting the best. You know, I don't have a problem with him making his money. What I have a problem with is the people that he has refused to fight. You know, at 30 years old, I don't think there's no legitimate reason for Tank to not have fought Shakur, Teo, or Devin. Fighters who have all expressed interest in fighting. Fighters who have said, yo, send me the offer, man. I'm going to send the offer. And Teofimo Lopez been saying that he not trying to fight me. Like, that's it. Teofimo Lopez was the first one to give up on trying to fight Tank Davis. Because you see Shakur recently he said, yo, that's it, man. He not trying to fight me. That's it. He don't want it. But Shakur was trying to make that fight up until recently. And Devin Haney not that long ago was like, yo, I want that action. So there's just no excuse for Tank Davis to at this point in his career, not have fought any of them. I can't accept that. I can't buy it. Jay Sendejas, not a boxing match. It's just for entertainment purposes. Well, that's what I'm saying because just this morning somebody was asking me, do you think Tank Davis is going to win or Jake Paul is going to win? Well, I don't even know if anybody's going to win. I don't know if they got a script already. This is an exhibition. The notion that they got judges and that it's going to be scored and somebody is still an exhibition. I don't know if they already got a script and this round I'm going to go down and that round you're going to go down and we're going to make it exciting. And I don't know. I don't know if it's a real fight. When I watch it, then I'll know. For now, I gotta see it. R30, Tank will run and dance around Jake Power. Tank will carry Jake. Look, I'm gonna tell you like this. If they're actually gonna fight for real, Tank is gonna beat him up. If they're gonna fight for real, Tank is gonna beat him up. But I don't know if that's the case, bro. It's an exhibition. You're gonna have to convince me. JJ's in the house. Where's the guy JSmiff that was going to cook you? Bro, they only going to cook me when there's no link available. When that link is available, they never show up, bro. They never show up. They seen a few people get cooked. And I want to tell you something, my peoples. From this shit, I'm going to retire undefeated like Floyd. You guys that never see me take a L, and you're not going to see me take one. I'm retiring undefeated. And people be ducking that smoke. Y'all see that too. MAW, didn't Tank just beat his purse versus Jake Paul? Bet his purse versus nah, there ain't no such thing as betting purse. They be getting mad fighters with each other and trash talking it. But so far, I've never seen somebody actually bet their purse and a fighter pay their whole purse because they bet. I've never seen that happen. That's cap. R30, Tank and Jake are in the gym as we speak of. Ooh, graphing their moves together. Okay, here we go. So that they got the coordination down pat. They already know at this round you're gonna shoot this many jabs. I'm gonna go here and you're gonna go there. And you're gonna catch me with a hook and I'm gonna go down. We'll find out. We'll find out what type of action they really bring into the table. One thing we have to admit, we're all gonna watch. R30 like WWE. Is it gonna be WWE? We're gonna watch. We're gonna find out. That's all there is to it. My people, what's up with this fight? What's up with Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez, y'all? We're gonna get this fight or what? Is Teofimo gonna duck this fight? And I don't really know what's going on behind the scenes. I don't know what's going on, with the negotiations. Are they going back and forth actively or not? But I will say, Teofimo Lopez, his name was being floated around with boots. That couldn't be made. Then after that, his name was being floated around with Devin. That fight couldn't happen. Now it's with him and Shakur Stevenson. So I think it's not going to be a good look for Teofimo Lopez if this fight doesn't get made. It's like, okay, so are you capping? Are you really trying to fight these people or is it just for clout? I don't think it's a good look. JJ's in the house. It has been quiet on both sides right now. That makes me hopeful. That makes me feel like, okay, neither guy seems to be actively pursuing someone else. That's a good thing. Let's see. Because it could also be that maybe they've already agreed and they're waiting for this fight to happen to announce it. They're waiting for a specific date to announce it. That could be the case. But we need that fight, man. For real. The that narrative that Shakur ain't fight nobody, that he ain't fight nobody. Well, that's cap. Shakur's fought some real good fighters, some champions, some top notch, some world caliber opponents. But people need the biggest superstar to say that you. Remember when he was gonna fight Zepeda? The whole Zepeda was gonna beat him up. Well, people turned Zepeda into a nobody the moment Shakur beat him. What's gonna happen with Teofimo Lopez? What if Shakur Stevenson wins that fight? Are you gonna say that Tio is overrated, or are you gonna say that Tio? Well, Tio, he's not the same. He wasn't focused. I love it when the go to line from people is that a fight is not the same. He wasn't the same. I find that interesting. Yeah, yes, and yeah, I agree, man. The fact that they've been quiet on both sides, I think it suggests that it can be in the works. They can be in negotiations. I hope so. I really do. Because that's a fight I've been wanting to see. MAW. Zepeda needs to keep going. Rebuild. He took a loss to Shakur Stevenson. I think that he's still in a good position. I think Zepeda can still become a world champion. He lost against the best. There's people, think about this. Valdez lost to Shakur Stevenson and won a title afterwards. So it shows that he was still performing at the highest level after losing. Agent 17. I thought Shakur versus Zepeda fight was gonna be closer, but Shakur showed he's that guy. Facts, bro. Shakur the boogeyman of the division. That's 100% accurate. You just have to see the level of interest that other guys express for Shakur, which is zero. They don't want to fight him. They rather find excuses as to why they don't fight him. Because they know they're getting cooked. MS, Tio fighting with one. Hold on, let me take shit off, man. I can't see. MS, Tio fighting with one hand down and another one in his chest. Wide open for Shakur's jab. Look, man, I'm going to tell you like this. I don't know how exactly Tio was going to try to fight Shakur because I don't think that he's just going to try to box him. I don't think. He knows he's not going to win a boxing match. So he's going to have to, press the action and try to apply that pressure. And we saw what Shakur did to Zepeda, who was trying to apply that pressure. But what did he do? Made him look easy. So we have to see what type of fight Teofimo Lopez is going to make. My people, the Mexican monster, David Benavides. David Benavides, the man that people want to see in the ring with Canelo Alvarez. And now y'all want to see him in the ring with Terrence Crawford. He got his own fight coming up. March 30. Is Shakur fight as against two signs? Damn, I don't know what you mean. Do you mean if he's... I'm lost, bro. Is Shakur fight till two signs? Is that fight signed? If that's what you're asking, right now it doesn't look like it. Right now it looks like they may be talking, they may be trying to make the fight, but no official announcement has been made. It's gonna be an interesting fight, my people. Benavides versus Yard. Yard got power. And he's not gonna go in there scared of Benavides. He's gonna let the hands fly. So this fight, I believe, is gonna be fireworks from early on, and we're gonna get a lot of it. Definitely does not go the distance. This fight does not go the distance, my people. Now, the most likely scenario, Benavides pulls off the knockout. That's the most likely scenario. But Yard can fight. Let's see. Let's see if he's the guy to dethrone the Mexican monster and pull off the upset. Is it possible? Is it possible? I think he's gonna be the huge underdog. If you put some money on him, you put some money on him, you could flip that. But I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't put my money on Yard. That's just me. Go get the money. Someone might get dropped. I mean, this is the type of fight that even both of them could go down. Even both of them could go down. But ultimately, David Benavides, I don't think that Yard has what it takes to beat him. I don't think so. I think Benavidez is gonna get. If he does get beat, he's gonna get beat by a guy who is gonna be smaller than him and a lot faster, and is gonna be able to dash circles around him. He's not gonna have to stand there. He's not gonna be able to or have to stand there and trade with him. They just gonna. He's gonna have to chase him around, and he's not gonna be able to catch him. Somebody smaller, faster. I think that's what beats Benavidez, or at least will give him the most problems. Jay is in the house. I'm on that bet, JSmiff. Get that money. Get that paper. You already know Benavidez is gonna do him in. He's not going the distance. He's gonna knock him out. Now I don't know if it's gonna be the referee to pull the plug on this one, or Benavidez is gonna catch him with a devastating blow and just sleep him. But it doesn't go the distance. Does not go the distance, my people. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I have for you tonight. As you saw, the link was available. There was somebody this morning who said they was gonna come through and cook me. They never showed up. I was waiting. Had my apron over there ready to, do what I do. Ready to show him why I'm undefeated. Man, he was really gonna get cooked. R30. Who wins? Roach versus Pitbull. Roach is gonna win that fight. Roach is gonna win it. He's gonna make it look easy. He's gonna cook him. He's gonna do it easier than Tank. MAW Yard for the first time has a proper nutritionist in his corner now. We'll see if that makes a difference. I mean, I think the nutritionist could make a difference in the long run, maybe with his stamina. But the nutritionist is not going to make him a better boxer than Benavidez. Benavidez is without a doubt the better boxer of the two. So Yard, that's why he's going to be in danger, because he's going to have to press the action to win this fight. And we know the type of power David Benavidez carries. Corey B, boxing for dinner. You know it, my G. JJ in the house. JSmiff is still undefeated. And I'm going to stay undefeated, bro. Trust me. I'm going to stay undefeated. It ain't even going to be a draw. Not even a draw. They taking L's. That's the only way around it. My peoples, salute to everybody who tuned in. And let me put you guys on. On Monday is going to be episode 90 of Boxing for Breakfast. Episode 90, my peoples. I can't believe it. We're 10 episodes. We're going to start the countdown to episode 100. Episode 100 of Boxing for Breakfast. And just to think that there's some of you who have watched every episode, some of you have watched most of the episodes. Whoa, I'm humbled. It's an honor and a privilege that you guys, morning after morning, tune in and enjoy Boxing for Breakfast. Join the debate. Go back and forth with your boy JSmiff. Yo, salute to everybody, man. I appreciate y'all. MAW, Yard style burns energy, so he gasses out. Big muzzle doesn't help him either. He a big dude, man. He a big dude. Big dude. Real big guy. JJ's in the house. Oh, yes, sir. Remember JSmiff tomorrow, my cousin. Remember this, my people. JJ's in the house cousin, Alex Solomon, fights on Baja Boxing. Check him out, my people. Just business. Ooh, it's your boy. Let's shake it up. Name 3 boxers right now that can hold the face of boxing. I mean, the face of boxing is Terrence Crawford, right? But if you want to put 2 more people up there like that, you can still have Canelo, and you can also say, You might as well give it to Shakur Stevenson. He's gonna be the face of boxing anyways. Shakur Stevenson is gonna be the face of boxing anyway, so let's give it to him now. Not my peoples, but I have to end this show right now. Again, I want to give a shout out to everybody who tuned in. Y'all know what it is, man. Boxing for Breakfast, episode 90 is gonna be on fire Monday morning. Don't miss it. 6:30 a.m. Eastern Time. We're gonna be on it. And my peoples, you all been posting some fire shorts, some fire videos. Tune in, check those out, my peoples. Hit that like button. Don't be ducking. Look, 13 likes in an hour. Some of you duck that like button the same way Tank Davis ducked Shakur Stevenson, the same way Tank Davis ducked Lamont Roach. You did it. Look, but my peoples, I appreciate every one of you, even the haters. Salute everybody. Damn. Hablamos, mi gente.